Okay, hey guys, welcome. Okay, so apparently can't leave. I can't leave because it says here that right, that note that leaving this area will interrupt your story experiences may affect your current quest progress. So yeah, I can't leave right now. So I guess I have to finish this one first. So let's go and find Dea very quick. Where are you, Dea?
There you are. Really took me a while to find you.
As expected, Dia also didn't get hurt today.
Get hurt? Why would I? Don't underestimate me.
Well, you're still getting used to your new greatsword.
Huh. Truth be told, I also think it's pretty strange. It just suddenly felt so familiar in my hands and... wait a second! How did you know I got a new greatsword to begin with? I didn't tell anyone about it.
Traveler, could you explain the situation to her today? Paimon's gotten a little sick of doing it.
We don't actually need to explain everything. Let's just get straight to the point.
Works.
We suddenly became proficient with your great sword because we've lived through this same day many times already, and our memories of the day are erased every night.
What happened to you guys while I was gone? Did you get brainwashed by some cult?
Don't think too hard about it. Just take what we're saying at face value.
All right then, let me get this straight. You're telling me that my body's already gotten used to this great sword, but my brain just doesn't remember it?
Yeah, and it has something to do with the Akasha terminal. I wish to get just rid of it.
Yes, your memory's being erased every day.
Then I'd have to disagree. That's impossible.
It is.
Oh?
No, it's not.
Why do you think that?
If we've actually been reliving the Sub-Zeru's festival day after day, then what happened to the things we used, the money we spent, the food we ate?
Yeah, that's one thing I've actually been wondering about since the last video. How is it that they've been reliving so many times and yet the food that the food vendors are selling never runs out?
Common sense says my wallet should have emptied itself a long time ago. There's no way I wouldn't have noticed that.
I've thought about that too. But if the sages were behind this, if they utilize the entire city's resources as well as information supplied by the Akasha.
Right. They could use the Akasha to record what everyone did that day, and then use the city's resources to replenish everything. It's not very likely, but it's also not impossible.
No, it is impossible. I've got proof.
You have proof? Where?
You two are surprisingly serious about this nonsensical discussion. Fine, I'll play along for a little longer. Come with me, Miss Dunyarzad. Please come along as well. I still can't guarantee that this area is safe.
Go and check the evidence
I
they
can't believe
mentioned.
it's Dia who wants to show us something this time. 2 days ago, we were the ones taking her to see Dunyarzad.
I wish there was a much more easier way. Wait. Where is it? Here? This secluded
it.
place?
Huh? This is a wooden training dummy. What about it?
See those marks on the dummy? Those are the result of several days' worth of practice. Let's say the sages didn't replace it every day. Shouldn't it be hacked to pieces by now?
That's true, but what if they did?
Then the sages would have had to reproduce every mark I left during previous training sessions. I'm a professional fighter. My martial school has always emphasized the importance of refined control. The force, angle, and entry point of each strike is calculated and deliberate. That's why I remember every mark on the dummy, as well as my state of mind as I made each strike. It's just as they say. Each swordsman has their own unique style, and even the same swordsman can't make the same cut twice. It would be impossible to copy these marks.
Is it really impossible? What if they use some fancy machine to carve every single mark?
People often say that a camera's photo can never replace an artist's painting because the former has no spirit to it. The same thing applies here. At a mere glance, I can differentiate carved marks from the results of combat training.
It seems we'll have to abandon this theory.
Hope that cleared things up for you. Hey, is this that new brain exercise game that's been super popular with the scholars lately? It's surprisingly fun. Anyway, it's getting late. I should escort Miss Dunyarzad to Nilu's stage. See you later.
Well, back to square one. Is our memory deletion theory also wrong?
But yeah, how are they able to replenish everything?
But at least we've reached some other conclusions in the meantime.
We're not in the real world?
Yep, that's true. So, can we think of any new ideas right now?
I suddenly realize that something is strange.
Strange? Paimon feels like everything's been strange lately.
How come we've never thought about leaving the city?
Huh? Leaving the city? You're right! It's really strange how we never thought of such a simple solution! Many things should become clear if we can confirm the flow of time outside of the city. Paimon can't believe it! Did we miss this because we're tunnel visioning too hard on our other theories? Or because we're just too tired?
We shouldn't have thought of this a long
How
time
about we go
ago.
back and ask Nahida? Maybe we've forgotten something about leaving the city.
The causality of the Sumeru festival.
Hey! Nahida! We're back! You're back early today. Did you find something new? Sort of. We're mostly sure now that we're not in a time loop. And we also aren't in the real world. But at the same time, we have a new question.
What will happen if we try to leave the city? Have we ever tried leaving the city? What will-
Leaving the city. As far as I remember, you've mentioned your plans to do that twice before.
We did? But we don't remember anything. What happened after we talked about those plans? What did we say when we got back?
Let me think. I don't think you ever actually told me what the outcome was. Oh, it's probably more accurate to say that both times you never came back the whole night.
So they probably stopped us by the gate.
But you two sometimes stay out the entire night anyway, so at the time, I didn't think too much about it.
It is true that sometimes we lose track of time during our investigations. Before we know it, it'll already be the next day. But still, neither of us remember anything about leaving town.
So that's the reason why when I try to leave through the teleportation point, it gives me a warning that I can't leave.
Really?
So that really has something to do with
kinda
it.
Strange. In theory, I should have already awakened all your memories.
Maybe this is the
Yep.
key.
Something here's definitely fishy. Let's get to the bottom of this tomorrow.
Again.
Our memories are back!
Let's go and try to leave the city today.
About that. Well, where should Paimon begin?
Huh? Paimon, what do you mean? I think Paimon remembers what happened.
Traveler, Aside from your memories that were just restored, I have another message for you.
Another message? From who?
Listen to it and you'll understand.
Can't go back. There are countless spaces here. Our Sub-Zeru's festival in Sumeru City is just one of them.
Can't go back. There are countless spaces here. Our Sub-Zero Festival in Sumeru City is just one of them. This is my own voice?
Traveler, you should be missing 2 days worth of memories. Paimon will fill you in.
What? 2 days ago.
It's time to carry out our plan from yesterday.
Let's go and try to leave the city today.
Okay, let's go.
The empty illusion of the Sub-Zero Festival. Head to the city gate to find a way out. Okay, so something is definitely going to happen once we leave the city.
Why can't we leave the city? What is the academia up to now?
Don't ask me. It's not like I can tell you anything. This is a direct order from the Grand Sage. Just wait until tomorrow.
I have a real emergency. My goods have already arrived at Port Ormos. If I don't hurry, they'll be stolen.
That's your problem. Make sure you make a request in advance next time.
But it's not like you can just predict business matters in advance.
It looks like the Academia already announced a lockdown for Sumeru City today. How completely unsurprising. Let's go and question them. Hello, sir. Why can't we leave the city today?
Here we go again. Don't ask me. I don't know either. We just received an order that no one is allowed to enter or exit Sumeru today. They didn't tell us anything else.
Of course, the Academia wouldn't share their plans with the pawn, so the Academia doesn't trust you at all.
Angering me won't get you anywhere. If I had that kind of insider info, I would have left this stupid post long ago.
It looks like he really doesn't know. If we can't get anything out of him, let's take matters into our own hands. Why don't we climb over the walls? Those guards can't be everywhere at once. This is a good spot, and the guard hasn't noticed us at all. Let's hurry!
Paimon, stay here.
Huh? Why? Are you going to leave Paimon behind?
We need someone to stay and witness events from this side. Leaving the city might trigger disruption to our memories. We need someone to stay and witness.
But what if things get really weird out there and you get into some trouble? Then Paimon won't be able to help you.
This could be...
Paimon knows that Paimon can't do much, but we've always been together, haven't we?
If we leave together, it'll just be the same as before.
Okay. Paimon will wait for you.
Alright.
Promise Paimon that you'll come back as soon as possible. Just a quick look.
Okay, okay.
And please, be careful.
Aw, Paimon is such a sweetheart. But I am a little bit worried about what's going to happen once we leave. Since there was a warning.
Memories!
Let's go and try to leave the city today. What? What's wrong, Paimon?
Paimon thought Paimon would never see you again. You just disappeared.
Disappeared? As soon as I climbed up the wall?
Paimon waited for you for hours and hours at the city wall and you never came back. You promised Paimon that you were only taking a quick look.
Oh. What did I promise?
Paimon, calm down. He's here now. I don't think he understood what you were saying.
Paimon doesn't care. Paimon wanted to go look for you, but you also said that Paimon should stay. Paimon was so worried and so scared the entire day.
Oh. Oh. Because I told Paimon to stay behind and see what's going to happen. If I didn't tell her, she probably wouldn't have come after me. Although I don't remember doing any of this. Still, sorry, Paimon. I won't leave you behind.
Okay. Paimon will forgive you. The most important thing is that you didn't actually disappear. Oh, Paimon was so scared that you had gone into another world.
I have got into another world? Well, I am also a visitor from this world.
Okay, Paimon, can you tell us your perspective of what really happened yesterday?
Paimon describes her plan from yesterday.
I see. Using two people's different perspectives.
After that, you left the city. Paimon kept her eyes on you the whole time, but then you disappeared in an instant.
As soon as... Well, we're definitely in some kind of space. Imprisoned? You sure that's what you saw? You weren't zoning out or anything?
No way! Paimon was watching you with the fullest attention.
So, what did it try to do this second day?
What's your perspective, Traveler? You sure you don't have any memory of this?
Yes, I don't even know that yesterday existed.
I guess that explains everything. You also lost your memories the last 2 times you tried to leave the city. Those days' memories can't be awoken.
So, there is probably a stronger kind of erasure of the memory if we try to live the city.
So, if we leave the city, our memories will be completely erased?
So they didn't just restrict access to Sumeru City. They're also erasing the memories of those who leave.
It really sounds like something big outside of the city is being hidden on purpose.
But I am more curious how they managed to just make the person who leave disappear.
But
Where were
this
they
way,
being kept?
we'll also never discover what's outside.
Can really be behind something other than memories.
Something like a message? But how can we send it back?
Don't look at me like that. I'm not used to being stared at.
What about the knowledge capsule?
Well... Okay. You want something that can pass on messages, right? Give me some time and take care of Dunyarzad for me.
Yep, now we're talking.
It's taking so long.
I'm done. Here you go.
What? Isn't this just an Akasha terminal?
I made some little changes. Akasha terminals are already capable of sending messages. I just tweaked it so that it could connect to any node.
To make something like this? Nahida, you really know the Akasha like the back of your hand. Anyway, we can use this now to record a message, right?
Yep. I'll help you save the messages. It should be pretty easy to use. I just can't guarantee the user's status and signal coverage when they're outside the city.
We'll never know until we try. At least we're taking the initiative now.
It's worth a try.
Let's go then. Let's expose those sages.
I think you should stay. I still think you should stay.
All right. Paimon isn't as worried about being separated since it happened once yesterday. But Paimon still isn't happy about it.
See you tomorrow, Paimon.
Okay. See you tomorrow, Traveler.
At least nothing terrible happened.
That covers everything that's happened so far.
So that message was what I left for myself when I left the city.
Yes. Although the signal was choppy and had some interference, we still managed to receive 2 messages from you when you were outside.
Okay, now that you understand what's going on, let's hear the messages together.
It's kind of weird though. What does it mean by the Sub-Zero isn't the only one here?
go back. There are countless spaces here. Our Sumeru's festival in Sumeru City is just one of them.
Countless spaces. What countless spaces?
I've entered another space. Before me are flowing sandstone and howling fish. Impossible and surreal sights. All these spaces are empty except for the occasional ones that contain mute puppets rather than people. I can't sense any human presence.
That was weird. How are they?
That's one heck of an info dump. It sounds like you left the Sumeru city space when you set foot outside of the walls.
How are the sages able to do something like that? Are they actually using the gnosis? Are they controlling the gnosis? Something like that could only be done with a god, an archon, or the gnosis itself.
But everything looked completely normal when Paimon was looking out from the inside. That's unbelievable. And if we take your word for it, the other spaces all had very weird contents.
There's another part here. We only received it last night.
Last night?
These spaces have been disappearing one after the other, absorbed by something like a sun in the sky. And now, even the final space has also disappeared. Behind me, a lot of spaces just appeared again from thin air. I get it now. Those spaces are actually...
Oh, and the memory got erased just when we finally figured it out.
Why did the message end right there? What did the traveler want to say? What are those spaces?
Probably because yesterday just happened to end at that moment.
Oh, right. Paimon did hear a beep from the Akasha. Did it come from here or from the message?
The message. It should have come from the Traveler's Akasha terminal.
After the beep, Traveler said even the final spaces also disappeared.
Traveler, what do you think that final space could have been?
Spaces without human presence.
All the bizarre spaces I saw outside the city had one thing in common: a lack of human presence.
The space where we were yesterday.
My impression is that each day in this samsara only ends at the sound of that beep from the Akasha.
The real world.
Was that space actually the real world? But wouldn't a real space just randomly disappearing like that be catastrophic?
The real world.
That doesn't sound right. I need...
The space where we were yesterday. Spaces without human presence.
Oh, so that's what it is! After the sound of the beep, the final space, the Sub-Zero's festival, also disappears, and we're taken to the next day. Later on, Traveler also mentioned a bunch of new spaces materializing behind them. Do lots of new spaces appear every day? Paimon's head is spinning. Just what are these spaces anyhow?
Things became a little bit more complicated.
Well, consider this. For all the horrors of the Archon War, at its heart, it was just a game where a bunch of gods fought over 7 seats.
Oh, she's talking about the Archon War now.
So no matter how strange or spooky things may look on the surface, maybe all they point to in the end is a small and simple secret.
Wow, the Archon War, huh? That's an analogy and a half.
A secret, huh? Give me some time. I need to organize my thoughts.
Hey, where are you going?
Yeah, where is he going? Organize your thoughts on the familiar bench in the city. in the familiar bench of the city.
Do you want some alone time to think? Alright then, Paimon won't disturb you.
And it took all the way to the night.
The dance of Sub-Zeros is about to begin. I'm going to go watch it.
The dance of Sub-Zero, it's that time already.
Okay. Why don't you go ahead, Dunyarzad? We still have some other stuff to do first.
Okay then. See you later.
Have you figured it out yet, Traveler? Time is ticking away.
I think I know the answer now.
Awesome, what is it? Paimon wants to know. Oh, wait, no. Let's meet up with Nahida first. You can tell us both together. This time, we're gonna get to the truth.
I think this probably has something to do with Dunyarzad, because out of everyone else, she's the only one who has a different kind of situation. It's probably because of the illness. What was that illness? Eleazar? No. What was the illness? Coley. Just a minute. I think though that nevertheless, even if past things why she's not ready to reveal others. Anyways, I think the illness that they have probably has something to do with the so-called forbidden knowledge. Probably. Wait just a minute. Where are we going now? Oh, right, back to Nahida. The illness that Dunyarzad and Coley has, I think it has something to do with the forbidden knowledge.
You're back! I've been waiting forever for you two. Judging by the looks on your faces, are you ready to take your Sub-Zero's exam and graduate from the festival?
That's away, Miss Nahida.
Okay, first off, have you discovered the hidden truth?
Information on the Akasha.
Okay, Nahida said the Akasha relies on the power of a gnosis to operate, as it is the manifestation of the God of Wisdom's power. It compiles the wisdom of the entire populace. People in Sumeru don't dream. The moon, illusions. We've already experienced the Sub-Zero's festival. All the bizarre spaces I saw outside the city had one thing in common: a lack of human presence. Those spaces remind me of dreams, like the one I had in the Avidia Forest, except these have no sign of human presence.
People from Sumeru do not dream. Dreams with no human. The truth behind the dreams.
We are all in a dream. It isn't that the people of Sumeru don't dream. Rather, the Akasha is taking their dreams from them.
People in Sumeru think they don't dream, but the truth is the Akasha steals their dreams without them knowing it. And those spaces with no human presence are stolen dreams without their host. That would explain why they sounded so weird when he was trying to describe them. Huh. So people in Sumeru do dream after all. In fact, we're all in one big dream together right now.
Correct answer. Now, how did you conclude that the Akasha is capable of this? The Akasha relies on the power of a gnosis to operate. It is the manifestation of the God of Wisdom's power. It compiles the wisdom of the entire populace. And it grants knowledge to the people.
That doesn't sound right. I need to carefully think.
And it grants people.
That doesn't sound right.
No? It compiles the wisdom.
That doesn't sound
No.
right.
It's this one.
Oh, okay. Those dream-controlling creatures in the forest also get their power from the Dendro Archon, right? That would explain why the Akasha has the ability to control people's dreams, too. But is stealing everyone's dreams really how the Akasha compiles their wisdom? Isn't there anything more to it than that?
Dreams are fantastical, complex, and full of imagination. People's brains are the most active when they're dreaming. In other words, dreams are rich bundles of human wisdom.
So, in other words, the complete opposite of how Hypatia understood it. Hama remembers her saying that the sages think dreams are foolish delusions, and the fact that no one dreams is a blessing from Greater Lord Rukkhadevata. So it was all a dirty trick?
Like hiding something in a forest.
The real story is that the sages from the academia are using the Akasha to steal people's dreams for their own use, huh?
Yes, and they don't intend to stop there.
Oh? By the sounds of it, you understand the current situation pretty well. So then, what about the samsara?
The beep is a prompt tone for Akasha operations. We still hear it every night, even though we removed our Akasha. Those spaces kept disappearing before my eyes. But as soon as that beep sounded, many more we've already experienced the sub-zero. My mind feels exhausted.
The appearance and
Those
disappearance.
dreamscapes kept vanishing. But as soon as that beep sounded, more new spaces appeared. The Grand Sage said, "Go celebrate."
Mass production of dreams.
Correct. The Akasha is keeping each person's brain in a constant dream state, but also separating their consciousness from their own dream. Their disembodied consciousness is placed inside the collective dream of the Sub-Zero's festival along with everyone else's, while their now vacant dreams are harvested by the Akasha. No one is any the wiser as another day passes in the dream, and so begins another samsara cycle.
This is just so terrible.
People wake up to yet another dream about the Sub-Zero's festival. The dreams that belong to them are once again harvested by the Akasha, and so it continues.
So, this is like a dream factory, and the Akasha is a dream harvesting machine. Did Paimon get that analogy right?
Very good, Paimon. Using analogies well is an excellent habit to get into.
Okay, so that beep we keep hearing is actually from our real-life Akasha terminals. Taking off our terminals in this dream doesn't do anything.
Yeah, it means that we need to get rid of the Akasha terminals in real life. But how are we supposed to do that when we are currently in a dream?
Alright, last question. Who am I?
The moon.
They say that alchemical divination is the Dendro Archon's divine revelation. So then, if Nahida has referred to herself as the moon,
She's a Dendro Archon.
Now that I think about it, wasn't illusions a hint that we're all dreaming? Now that I think about it, wasn't illusions hinting at the sage's deception?
So you noticed.
You're a lesser Lord Kusanali.
I thought that one would be the hardest question. That's why I put it last.
That wasn't hard at all. Even Paimon guessed that. Everything about you is different. We just didn't want to expose you, is all.
Oh, really, Paimon? I doubt that.
Now that you mention it, Nahida, you've been hinting to us since the very beginning. It's funny. Thinking back to when we were asking all over the place for info about Lesser Lord Kusanali, Paimon didn't expect to meet you like this.
But this doesn't seem like a good time.
Yes, those can wait until we're back in real life. On the other hand, I'd be happy to answer any more questions you have about here and now.
No. What we need is how to wake up. That's the thing. Why couldn't you simply tell us the truth?
You asked me this question before. My answer was, it would literally blow your minds.
Like what happened to that divine knowledge? What that did?
Now that you know this is all a dream, this answer should hopefully make more sense. Have you heard the saying, don't wake a sleepwalker? Likewise, if someone suddenly had told you all this instead of you learning it on your own,
Have you heard of the saying, don't wake or sleepwalk?
your notion of reality and dream would be thrown into irreversible confusion. I couldn't expose you to that kind of risk. That's why I could only give you very subtle hints and some suggestions. Long story short, I'm really sorry I had to keep you guessing.
How did the sages manage to keep people from noticing this?
Firstly, this dream we're in is completely based on reality. People have already experienced this Sumeru's festival, so it would be very difficult for them to find anything that strikes them as surreal. Secondly, you're probably wondering why people don't have any memories from earlier samsara, right? That's because people don't remember their dreams most of the time anyway. And in any case, their actual dreams are being taken away from them by the Akasha.
Right. Oh, that's right.
So whenever they wake up in this dream of the Sumeru's festival, they don't remember anything from their previous identical dream.
That reminds Paimon. Traveler had a dream when we were in the Avidia Forest, but couldn't see what it was about after waking up. Is that an example of what you mean?
Yes. Only after receiving the blessing of Dendro can a person gain the Dendro element's dream-enhancing power. That explains the feelings of deja vu. Meanwhile, everyone else has no idea that they are in the Sumeru's Festival Samsara, while their dreams are stolen from them over and over again.
About the side effects of a mass-produced dream.
Can humans really keep dreaming forever like this? Will it ever end? And if so, when?
You might say your mental fatigue has already answered this question. Eventually, there's only so much that people can tolerate. Especially those whose health is compromised to begin with, like Dunyarzad. This relentless exploitation takes an even harder toll on them.
People's lives are at stake here, and nobody knows a thing! We've got to put a stop to this!
Why is the dream about the Sub-Zero Festival?
I know, right? Why did they have to base this dream on my birthday? Could it really just be a coincidence?
They're probably making the people fear the Sub-Zero Festival?
Even you don't know the reason? Wow, now that's strange.
The Academia sages are determined to harvest lots of dreams in a short time, no matter the cost. They have to be up to no good. Unfortunately, I don't know anything about it. Traveler, do you have any information?
Dreams with no human presence.
Those spaces remind me of dreams. Like the one I.
Information on the
Okay, Nahida said the Akasha relies on the power. The Grand Sage said, "Go celebrate the birth of that god to your heart's content." Did he mean something more?
It's definitely this one.
Celebrate the birth of that god? Could it mean...
Why is a dream about the Sumeru festival? I don't have any.
deceiving the people of Sumeru with no regard for their safety? No matter what they're trying to do, this is unforgivable. After we end the Sub-Zero's festival, Samsara, we have to look into them.
How can the sages of the Academia do this behind their Archon's back? This is ridiculous!
In the end, I'm just the moon. The real sun is long gone.
Ruka
A
Devara.
sun and a moon? Nahida's talking in riddles again. Oh, we're out of time today!
I'll tell you how to break free of the Samsara tomorrow. See you then.
I hope we still remember though. Wait,
Good morning, Nahida. Wait. Now that Paimon remembers everything, should we instead say good morning,
wait.
Lesser Lord
Junior's art is
Kusanali?
gone. Junior's art is gone. Oh no.
Hey! What's wrong, Nahida? You don't look too good.
Where is Junior's art?
I'm afraid that what you're thinking right now is correct.
It's taken her
Did
such a long time.
Dunyarzad already disappear? No way. Are we too late?
The real Dunyarzad's consciousness has indeed disappeared. It can no longer endure the constant dream harvesting.
Oh no. We were so
Paimon can't believe
close.
it. Wait, so what about that other Dunyarzad? Just what is she? Is she also going to disappear?
She's actually something like a puppet, but not completely. The real Dunyarzad's consciousness could no longer keep playing her role in this dream. So another Dunyarzad appeared to replace her in the dream. Just like the grass and the trees, that Dunyarzad is just a building block of the dream that helps to keep it going.
But personality-wise, she's nothing like the real Dunyarzad.
Puppets are stiff and can't copy a living person's vitality. After all, they're just there as filler. You know, speaking of which, the old Dunyarzad might not have been too different from a puppet.
Dunyarzad truly believed that she met you within her consciousness, and it was you who inspired her. So you do remember her after all.
Yes. Back then, her family was overly protective of her. No one cared about her personality or thoughts. It was as if she only lived to stall her Elazar.
Oh, that's right. The Elazar is called the Elazar. I think this Elazar has something to do with the forbidden knowledge. The forbidden knowledge that the god Deshret, King Deshret, unknowing brought to his people with unknowingly without knowing the danger that it holds.
I just gave her a little wisdom so she could look at life in a new way. So that she could be her own person. But even so, she still...
It still meant a lot to her. You are a kind
Far
Archon.
from it. I'm still a long way off from being a real Archon. I couldn't even save her. If I were a competent Archon, I wouldn't have let my most faithful follower die at the Sub-Zero's festival with so many regrets.
the sages have to pay for
Please don't
this.
beat yourself up over it, Nahida. It's the sage's fault, and theirs alone.
Especially Nahida's family are very influential.
I'm not beating myself up. All I did was to rationally observe the distance between myself and a real Archon.
Don't be like that, Nahida. Even real Archons are still allowed to be sad.
To prevent more tragedies like this, we must end the samsara as soon as possible.
Great, but how do we do that?
Although the Sub-Zero's festival dream is under the Akasha's control, only humans can dream. Even the Akasha is unable to create them. That means this dream belongs to a host who created it.
It's gotta be Junior's art though.
Huh? So, how should we find that person?
Well, if this is someone's dream, then everything here must come from deep within their consciousness.
Or is it Nilo?
Which means, with the power of imagination, they can change anything in this dream.
Nilo and the troupe are performers, and their life is all about imagination after all. You need to have tons of imagination to be able to perform.
Imagination? What do you mean by that?
It's gotta be Nilo.
Imagination means breaking through what you perceive as normal. Like when the server at a tavern brings a plate to you, you'd naturally assume that food is on it. However, if you're the dream's host and you become aware that you're dreaming, when you imagine gold and more on the plate, the dream will respond in kind, and the server really will bring you gold and mora. But right now, our host is unaware that this is a dream. No matter how many times they're served, it will always be food.
So we find a host, then what?
Find some way to make that person realize that they're dreaming. Usually, once that happens, the person will wake up and the dream samsara will be broken.
How are we going to find them, though? If it could be anyone, it'd be like looking for a needle in a haystack. And even if we did find them, how are we supposed to make them realize they're dreaming? After all, like you said, don't wake a sleepwalker.
It's extremely difficult, yes. But the only ones who can do it are you two. Remember, everything you've achieved up to this point has all been for the sake of finding the host and ending the samsara. As for me, during this time, I'll be out of town.
Out of town? Are you going to that place full of dreams where the traveler went?
Yes, I want to try something. There must still be a small wisp of possibility. Hurry and go. Dreams are supposed to be fantastical, romantic, and full of pleasant surprises. Unnecessary things like this samsara need to end.
Paimon's still a little upset that we've come this far only for Dunyarzad to... She was such a good person, with such a simple wish. But fate was against her.
I just feel so demoralized.
Yeah. Saving Dunyarzad is what kept us going this whole time. But we mustn't lose hope, Traveler. Dunyarzad would definitely want to see us save everyone else. So let's break the samsara for her sake. Paimon's wondering, do you think the sages would get one of their own to be the host of this stream? Feels like it would be easier to control it that way, no?
Unlikely. Knowing the plan, they'd probably become aware that they were dreaming. An unsuspecting host would be less likely to realize this is a dream.
Huh. That's true. Plus, the sages probably weren't counting on there being other factors beyond their control, like Nahida and us. So, who do you think the host of the dream is?
The one with the strange getup? Maybe Faris, the Knight of Flowers?
Oh, that would make sense. Faris, the Knight of Flowers, is a symbol of the whole Sumeru's festival, right? Pretty core character. Let's go ask him some questions, shall we?
This is going to be a little bit difficult. Because we gotta be very careful on how we try to wake the person up. Something might end up happening to them.
You're back. You left in a hurry last time. Is everything okay?
Everything's fine. Just, it's a little hard to explain. Would you mind taking part in a little experiment with us?
An experiment? That came out of nowhere. I'm listening, though. What do you need me to do?
Could you make a wish?
Imagine your wishing coming true before your very eyes.
You want me to make a wish? Is that a new Sub-Zero's festival tradition or something?
Less questions, more wishing!
Hush, Paimon, don't rush him.
Okay. My wish. Okay. I'm a little nervous saying this out loud, but I want Miss Dunyarzad to be happy.
Oh.
I noticed earlier that she looked a bit down, and she wasn't really talking to anyone. She just doesn't seem like herself. She's always so gentle and kind, and all the kids love her. I've also wondered if the reason she asked me to be Faris Knight of Flowers is because I'm special to her, or something.
So,
It's always like
you
that.
have a crush on Dunyarzad?
This is much more worse. Definitely.
Oh, is it that obvious? After what I just said, I guess it is. When she placed the hat of the Knight of Flowers onto my head, she said to me, I want everyone to have a happy Sub-Zero's festival. What she didn't realize was that I'm not that interested in how everyone else feels. In that moment, I just wanted to be her Knight of Flowers for the rest of my life. 50 years, 100 years, I'll serve her till the end of time.
Oh gosh, I'm feeling much more worse.
Okay, yeah, that was a bit much. Felt like the right moment to get it off my chest, but that was pretty embarrassing. Okay, I'm ready to make my wish. I would like Miss Dunyarzad to appear in front of me right now with a smile on her face. Here goes.
Please come true.
Please come true. That's
I'm
definitely
gonna open my eyes. Oh, you're
What?
Fucky. Sorry, but only one portion of Yelda candies per person. Back home you go.
It's definitely not him. It's gotta be Nilo.
Nice try, you two. Anyway, never mind. I don't need to see her appear right in front of me. As long as she's happy.
Guess he isn't the host of this dream after all. Should have expected it wouldn't be this easy.
It's Nilo.
It seems like everyone who knows Dunyarzad loves her, but none of them has any idea that she...
My lady, step back.
That sounds like Dia! Oh, right. This is when Dunyarzad bumps into the kidnappers.
I'll teach them a lesson they won't forget.
Huh? But Dia can handle them. Hey, Traveler!
Well, we're kind of very upset because of what happened to Dunyarzad, you know? This is like Tepe all over again.
Oh, it's you. Great timing. Please take...
Take Dunrazar and leave. Leave this guys to
Hey,
me.
this is my job. The homie Yannis pay me, not you.
Leave.
You... fine, all right. Knock yourself out. Why are you so worked up anyway? It's not like I don't trust your fighting skills. Anyway, watch yourself.
Even if it's just an illusion.
So you got yourself some backup. Suit yourself. You're going down.
Who's going down?
New punching.
Grow!
The jungle. Try to keep up.
You want this one? Thunderclap! Just following orders.
I see everything.
Take this!
Everybody stand back!
The Temple of Wisdom.
Fine.
Traveler, were you just taking your anger out on those guys?
I'm just angry at myself.
You and Nahida both. Dunyarzad wouldn't want to see you two like this. Oh, and speaking of her, Paimon just remembered something. Remember how during the first Sub-Zero's festival, before the Samsara started, we came here with Dunyarzad because she wanted to pick something up? She said it was because she had forgotten something.
Yes, I do remember that.
Okay, so Paimon's memory is working so far. Anyway, Paimon also remembers that she is staying somewhere around here. She pointed it out to us the night before the Sub-Zero's festival.
Maybe it'll give us some
Yeah.
clues.
Even if it's only a tiny clue, it'll probably still help us more than this needle in a haystack search. This is the place. It's rude to enter other people's spaces without permission, but desperate times call for desperate measures. Hey, the windows are unlocked. Okay, Paimon's gonna take a peek inside.
Paimon enters the room, returns a while later carrying something.
This was only a temporary residence, so there was pretty much nothing inside except this book on the table. Should we open it?
After almost 16 days, I was finally able to get these notes written before the Sub-Zero Festival. Once the festival ends, you and Paimon will probably continue your journey immediately, so I was hoping that I'd be able to give this to you before that. This is a compilation of fault legends concerning Lesser Lord Kusanali, created from a series of interviews that I conducted in succession and wrote down. I interviewed so many people, but I'm afraid that there are very few who know much about her. Still, I hope that this will be of use to you in your search for her. Gendarvaville's water supply was once contaminated, forcing everyone to go very far out to get water. But one day, people suddenly found that the water was drinkable again, and some said that the green light was seen near the water source the previous night. Everyone believes that this was the divine power of Lesser Lord Kusanali at work. This sounds quite possible. The decontamination of water sources via natural means probably takes ages. Did Lesser Lord Kusanali appear in Gendarvaville then? After Mama passed away, I was super afraid of the dark and couldn't sleep. But from one day on, I would hear a voice that would chat with me till I fell asleep. A nice lady told me that Lesser Lord Kusanali must have been watching over me. Poor child, I hope that the Sub-Zero Festival makes him a little happier. This is quite similar to something I experienced back then as well. She's indeed a gentle child. There was this one time when I'd had a wee bit too much to drink and couldn't find my way home to save my life. Then when I turned a corner, I could have sworn I saw Lazulor Kusanali. She was very tall and had the most muscular arms, and she caught me when I slipped and fell. The next morning, I found myself sleeping under a tree. I reckon that must have been her looking out for me. I'm not sure this one has that much value as a reference. That was probably just a tree, right? This folk records appended with Dunyazar's references and opinions. Leave every page densely packed.
Wow. Dunyarzad wrote all of this. Sounds like she was always thinking of us even while we were away. Even though she was also busy preparing for the Sumeru's festival and had all her health problems to worry about. She must have wanted to give this to us as a gift on the day of the Sumeru's festival, right? If we hadn't found this book, we never would have known. But now that we know, we can't even thank her.
Dunyazad.
Hey! Where are you off to now?
Oh, I just completely forgot. Do I sign in at Hoyo Loud? Wait, just a minute. I completely forgot. I missed one day. Anyways, where are we going now?
It's Dunyarzad's puppet.
I'll feel better if I say this out loud. I guess. Thank you.
Traveler? You must be exhausted. Come to think of it, we've been stuck in this place for a really, really long time. Heck, even the last time we were chatting happily with Dunyarzad feels like an eternity ago. Paimon still remembers when we were sitting here, and the way her eyes sparkled when she talked about Nilu's Dance of Sub-Zerus.
I can barely recall it now.
There will always be frustrations in life, but I know that the point of living is not to leave behind any regrets.
That was what the real Dunyarzad said, wasn't it? Does that mean...
Dunyazad?
Yes, Traveler. What is it?
Oh, so she's still just a puppet. But just now, how come...
Not leave behind any regrets. Let's go, Paimon.
What? Where are we going this time?
To watch the Dance of Sub-Zero. Yeah, it's definitely Nilo. Nilo is definitely the host. Definitely for sure.
If you continue to resist, we will have to order an investigation into every single event organizer. The Grand Sage has already granted you much leniency. I advise that you exercise tact.
How did things turn out like this? Traveler? You don't have to get involved. He's a sage from the academia. I don't want to drag you into this.
Well, they are the ones at fault, so we do not care if we need to beat them up as well.
Traveler.
Traveler? What the heck are you doing? If you get arrested by the academia, that's another day gone to waste! Wait, they're not reacting. Have they been scared stiff?
Just like I thought, they're puppets.
Oh, of course! If this is the sage's plan, they wouldn't put themselves through this. So they're just substitutes.
What is this? What happened to the Grand Sage and his entourage?
What's up with those flowers? Hold on a moment.
Like I said, they symbolize the goddess of flowers. It's just a shame that all the real Padisaras went extinct after her death.
So it's definitely
Yes.
Nilo.
The Greater Lord brought forth new Padisaras in memory of the goddess of flowers. But she ultimately could never truly replicate that beautiful shade of purple.
That beautiful shade of purple. Aren't these flowers real Padisaras? Just like the ones from the legend? I didn't even notice. Dunyarzad, did you find these?
But didn't you just say all the real flowers went extinct after the goddess of flowers passed away? So, how?
Yeah. What's going on here?
Nilo, close your eyes.
Huh?
Imagine that the Grand Sage and his entourage are not here in front of me.
You guys are acting weird. But okay, I'll try. Hey!
They disappeared! So Nilu's the host! What a surprise! Purple Padisaras don't exist in the real world anymore. But in Nilu's subconscious, they can appear as decorations on the stage. It's just like the example Nahida told us. People assume there will be food on a plate, and Nilu assumed there would be real Padisaras in the flower pots. So when you saw the flowers, you instantly knew it was Nilu?
Correct.
But if we want to end the samsara, we need the host to become aware that they're dreaming. How should we make Nilu realize that?
Am I dreaming?
Huh?
How did you come to that conclusion?
So I'm right. Is this Lesser Lord Kusanali responding to our celebration of the Sabzeruz festival?
Wrong guess,
No.
but you aren't completely wrong either. The point is, what made you think this is a dream? As far as you know, people in Sumeru don't dream, right?
Yeah, but have you heard the tale of the first sage? To prevent a calamity, he went on a journey to find the Archon.
Ooh, sounds familiar. Dunyarzad told us a story like that when we first arrived in Sumeru City. So it was about the first sage, huh?
Yep, But in the part you heard, he hadn't become the first sage yet. There's more to the story. His piety and wisdom were acknowledged by the Dendro Archon, and she finally gave her blessing to him. All kinds of spectacular scenes appeared in front of the first sage, as if all the knowledge in the world was being painted onto a canvas right before him. He was captivated. After who knows how long, he mastered all the knowledge he could comprehend. Afterward, he said to the Dendro Archon, "I miss my parents, my wife, and my children. I've been away from home for far too long. They must be worried." The Dendro Archon smiled. The next second, the sage found himself lying in his bed, as if he had just woken up from a dream. His wife, lying next to him, said, "You're off to search for the Dendro Archon today, aren't you? Have a safe journey, my love." In the end, the first sage took care of many disasters in Sumeru City and founded the Academia. What a happy ending.
So, the first sage was dreaming ever since the beginning of the story? He never went on his journey?
Yes, but his faith and determination were conveyed to the Dendro Archon, so she blessed him in the form of a dream.
Paimon understands where you're coming from now. That's a really interesting connection. But we really gotta wake up soon, like the sage in the story.
Now that Nilo is aware of it, the stream should be over soon.
I see. Well, it just so happens that today's Sub-Zero's festival is almost over too.
I hope it doesn't lag though.
Since we're in a dream, let's make this final dance of Sub-Zero's as beautiful as we can.
I've been waiting a long time for this. Please dance your heart out.
The wait is over, everyone. I dedicate this to our god, the dance of Sub-Zero's.
And it's all disappearing.
I'd be lying if I said I had no regrets. I would have loved to see Nilou's dance.
Now everyone's waking up.
Traveler. Oh, Paimon feels like she's been asleep for the longest time.
My head hurts.
Paimon's head feels super heavy. Did we oversleep? Do you even remember going to sleep last night?
Don't tell me they've forgotten
Paimon
again.
thinks it was after the Sub-Zero's festival.
Oh no.
The Sub-Zero's festival! Have we finally escaped from the Sub-Zero Samsara?
I remember now.
Take off your Akasha terminal!
At the end of the dance with Cesar, I think I saw Quick, let's go see Dunya's-san. Wait, what is that? Is that a spin disc?
She's not in her room. What happened?
Let's go to the usual spot.
Huh? What usual spot?
Wait, where were we first? I think I saw a spin something. Oh, here it is. Is this it? Oh, it's just a bird egg. I thought it was one of those spin discs. But wait, just a minute. Let me end this with finding if we could. Oh, there. Ah, she's still okay.
Well done, Traveler and Paimon.
Oh.
And thank you, Dunyarzad, for organizing the Sub-Zero's festival for me.
Oh, so she really did. She really did use Catherine.
I'm sorry, who are...
Dunyarzad! You're okay! Oh, don't scare us like that!
Dinyars.
Oh, Traveler Paimon. I have something amazing to tell you. I just had a dream, and I saw Nilou performing the dance of Sub-Zero's.
Alright, okay. The more in 1,000. Wait, let me just get this.
You're actually Nahida, aren't you? Paimon felt like Catherine was acting weird when we met at the Sub-Zero's festival. And Dunyarzad, did you save her?
It's a really long story. We shouldn't disturb her. Her consciousness is still weakened. Let's chat somewhere else. How about by the Traveler's favorite bench?
Okay.
What's going on? Why are you two so excited to see me? Hasn't it only been a night?
It's actually been much longer than that.
Shish, Paimon.
Oh?
Let's not tax her.
Strange. Was I really asleep that long? No wonder I have such a headache.
Alright, so I guess I'll end it in here. But wait. It's still not opened. So it's Akasha pulses and cup of flame rises. I think this has got to be at the ending. At the very last Archon quest. Oh no. Anyways, I'll end this here because I still have my daily quest to do, and I'm not gonna bore you guys with those. But I'll see you guys in the next video.